Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to part 2 of integrating the Breez SDK Nodeless on React Native and Expo. If you want to follow along with this video, all you have to do is check out the second commit on the repository. It's named feat add init SDK. So the first thing we'll want to do is to add more elements to a root layout. In this case, the first thing I'm adding is a useState variable, which is initially set up to false, and this variable connected signifies whether or not we are connected to a Liquid SDK. Then what we want to do next is to actually connect to the SDK, and the way we'll do that is by using a use effect hook. Within this use effect hook, we'll call this function init SDK, which will initialize the SDK and then set connected to true if it succeeds. One thing we'll also want to add is a return hook, which is going to get called once we dismount the root layout. And within this root hook, we'll want to call Liquid SDK disconnect and then set the connected state back to false. So let's take a quick look at the init SDK method. As you can see, there's a lot of comments, but the gist of it is the following. What we want to do is initialize a configuration object, which specifies things like the network we're running on. So in this case, we're running on testnet, and it's specifying that. And then we'll want to also provide the Breez API key, which you can get from the link in the description. Note that as of more recent versions of the SDK, the API key is not mandatory anymore, so you can simply specify the network. Then, the second thing we want to do is we want to provide a mnemonic. In this case, I'm grabbing from the environment variables, but I really discourage you from doing it this way, because it may expose the sensitive information, such as mnemonics, to users, and this is definitely not something that we want in production. What we should do instead is to use a library, such as Bit49 Expo, which I've already provided in the package, to generate a new mnemonic every time, and then we'll probably want to persist it somewhere in the device's local storage, so that every time the user logs back in, they can recover their funds and their transactions, etc., without them having to manually insert it every single time. Finally, once you have the configuration object and the mnemonic, we want to pass those to the Liquid SDK's connect method, which will instantiate a connection to the SDK. Then, last thing, based on the status of the connection, so whether we're connected or disconnected, we want to display different views probably. So in this case, when we're not connected, we'll want to return a loading screen, which in this case is a simple text saying loading. And when it's done connecting, we'll want to switch to the main screen. And in this case, I'm just rendering the basic stack of the Create Expo app, which is just the index screen. So as you can see here, if we reload the application, we'll see initially there's going to be a loading screen right there. And then finally, once it's connected, it's going to throw you back to the index. Okay, and that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.